Hello everyone, I'm Max Lau, Senior Manager of FinTech from InvestHK. And today we are very honored to have with us Mr. Vittorio de Angelis, Executive Chairman and Co-founder of VELOTRADE'S, to share with us his story of setting up a business here in Hong Kong, as well as the story of scaling up the business to grasp the various market opportunities.
Thank you very much for having me. It's an honor to be here, and I'm very pleased to have a chat with you, Max.
In a few sentences, could you let us know what VELOTRADE'S digital trade finance platform is, as well as the value that it brings to the market?
So VELOTRADE is an SFC-regulated, tech-enabled trade finance platform. It matches exporters' financing needs with institutional investors who have excess liquidity. Since the great financial crisis, and now even more now with the pandemic, central banks have injected huge amounts of liquidity in the system. But while this liquidity poured into the system, capital requirements and regulatory requirements of banks have increased at the same pace. So this means that all that liquidity has actually gone into asset inflation. We have stock markets at all-time highs. We have alternative investments that are, again, all-time highs. And a very small percentage of that liquidity has gone to the corporate sector. And especially small and medium-sized firms are the ones that are really craving the liquidity. So you have two worlds. One is the institutional investors that have excess liquidity and are craving for yield. And on the other side, you have corporates that desperately need that liquidity. So I always think of VELOTRADE as a digital bridge that connects these two worlds.
And how do you see the business opportunities in trade finance as well as fintech in Hong Kong? What has the company been doing to grasp those opportunities?
More and more international institutional investors are looking at trade finance as a very attractive asset class in which to invest. The European and the US markets are getting to be slightly mature. Asia, on the other hand, represents a great opportunity. However, many of these investors are located in Europe and in the US. They're a bit scared of Asia because there is a geographical distance, there are language barriers. So for them to interface with VELOTRADE, which is based in Hong Kong, and Hong Kong is perceived as the most efficient, safest, and most reliable capital market in Asia, they're dealing with VELOTRADE, which is regulated by the SFC, which is a very well-known and reciprocated regulator. So we represent kind of the perfect partner for these institutional investors because we speak the same language, we're regulated, but at the same time we're located here in Asia and we have teams on the ground, and these teams can originate high-quality assets, and even more importantly, we're able to run a very thorough due diligence on these assets so that we end up being the perfect partner for the international investment community.
And VELOTRADE has been with the fintech community in Hong Kong, such as Cyberport, right from the beginning, and has also been a regular participant of Hong Kong Fintech Week. Could you share with us your experience in collaborating with different ecosystem partners in Hong Kong?
Well, Hong Kong is a very vibrant fintech center. It's geographically extremely well positioned. As I mentioned, it's the right place to connect international capital with Asia. And being in Cyberport brought us a lot of advantages. For example, there is an understanding, especially in Hong Kong, that companies that are based in Cyberport have been vetted. There has already been an extensive due diligence in order to be here. So we see that when we interact with corporates and we tell them that we are headquartered in Cyberport, they immediately look at us in a different way. So if you couple that with our SFC regulatory status, when we present ourselves to counterparts, clients, investors, we are seen as a fully fledged financial institution, and being here helps a lot.
Looking into the future, how do you see the company's development in the coming 2 to 3 years?
Here at VELOTRADE, we're very ambitious. So we believe that to build a very tall building, you need to have very solid foundations. So we spent a lot of time building those foundations. Now we need to grow, because we've created a business that is extremely scalable, and the focus is to grow. So the hard work is done, and looking forward, we have already a thriving office here in Hong Kong. We have a tech plus business development center in Vietnam. We have legal entities in Shenzhen and Taipei, which we're looking to man. We are thinking about Singapore and the rest of Southeast Asia as countries to expand. And then Europe, of course, is a very attractive place for sourcing and distributing capital. In terms of products, our flagship product has been invoice discounting, but we've added e-commerce financing, we've added purchase order financing, working capital loans, and we are very flexible and very fast to adapt to market needs. So I'm expecting more and more products to build up. And I would like to also mention a very important aspect of our current development, which is ESG. We have a very strong focus on ESG, and we're actually working on a very powerful product that I'm hoping to be able to share with all of you very soon. We are already working really hard on partnerships with financial institutions, with logistic companies, with payment providers. So for us, the leap increases are made through partnership. So please reach out. We'll be very happy to entertain conversations with all of you.
Thank you very much, Vittorio. It is amazing to see the diversity of the product portfolio of VELOTRADE, as well as how the company has been grasping various business opportunities to fly high in the Hong Kong market.
Thank you to everybody.